I'm finna call my mother right now, and I'm gonna be hitting you back, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Let me know.
Yes, sir. All right, brother.
Thanks, Ray.
Yes, sir.
Now that was Sheriff Ricky Skateman on the phone, and I don't know how that man got my phone number because I didn't give it to him. Well, the interview with Kendall Green from Fox 44 News showed them that their scare tactic didn't work and I was still at the house. That's why the same sheriff that was giving all of that information to the news people about me.
Sheriff Ricky Skateman later told us.
The sheriff says he's...
According to Skateman,
Falls County Sheriff Ricky Skateman.
That day, the sheriff reported to the media.
Sheriff Skateman believes the FBI's investigation will eventually lead to charges, but he couldn't say when.
The sheriff had a whole lot to say about me in the public, but behind the scenes, asking and trying to get me to agree with the 10-day eviction.
How about what you did? About 10 days sound good to you?
See, this is the same sheriff during the February the 21st, 2018 Lott, Texas speeding stop who punished me for exercising my rights.
I told him he was crazy for doing this, and since he caused all this ruckus, he was exercising his rights, I was going to exercise mine.
What he meant by that was locking me in the padded cell.
He needs to go to the padded cell when he gets there. So
he needs to go where?
He's going to go to the padded cell when he gets to the... We'll talk to him later.
A copy of the chest camera footage revealed my criminal history. A 1043 rap sheet.
43 comes back, total arrest is going to be 5. Total convictions is going to be 1. 1 criminal mischief, less than 1,500. 1 possession of a controlled substance, less than 200 grams. 1 interfering with the duties of a public servant. 1 fail to ID giving false fictitious information. 1 fail jumping and 1 fail to appear felony.
So whenever I'm stopped and another officer run a 1043 on me, this is what the officer hear about me. But the truth of the matter is, number 1, that criminal mischief less than 1,500, my lady friend at the time set my studio on fire. I lost 95% of the things that I own to that fire. Looking at my livelihood burn up in flames while I'm standing there holding this small kitchen fire extinguisher, I took that fire extinguisher and I sprayed her car with it. We both went to jail. The cases was thrown out. I never signed any papers. I never went to any court dates about this. She was cleared also. Never signed any papers, never went to court, and she later joined the military. Well, I thought the criminal mischief was thrown out off of my record, but I see that it's still getting broadcasted. During this same 1043, I heard the possession of a controlled substance offense, which I thought was thrown out and off of my record since I proved that evidence, drugs, guns, DUIs, and no driver license, just to name a few. A lot of the time, those charges are secondary offenses, which can be poisonous fruit, meaning just because they found the evidence, better known as poisonous fruit, they found it, but they found it illegally. And it's illegal because there was no written warrant signed by a judge, which is the violation of the 4th Amendment. And evidence obtained illegally cannot be used in court. Well, this 1043 is proof that the drug case was still being broadcasted, even though they dropped the case and then charged me with a new charge of bail jumping. And they did this to secure the felony conviction. That's what it's all about. It's a whole system being ran against us to keep us divided and to keep us weak. These felony convictions is to keep us weak, to keep us from being able to bear arms, to keep you from being able to defend yourself, to defend your home, to defend your family, which leave that house weak. All because of this slick legal judicial system that they have in play on a group of miseducated and low-income people who don't know the laws and can't afford legal representation, which ultimately lead to a felony conviction. The failure to identify also is a fake charge that they charged me with. I never thought that I would be able to prove my side of the story, but here's the clip of Sheriff Ricky Skateman saying I threw my ID on the ground.
I had one and I arrested him. I charged him with the wrong thing. I charged him failed ID.
1 failed to ID giving false fictitious information.
Because he threw it down on the ground, that man, so you go to jail.
But as you can see, failure to ID is still on my record from a mistake that they made.
But it was actually interfering, so he went for interfering.
1 interfering with the duties of a public servant.
And the interfering with public duties is also a fake made-up charge.
So interfering with the duties of a peace officer.
Well, court.
See, that's Sheriff Ricky Skateman telling Chief Hamilton to charge me with interfering with duties of a peace officer.
So interfering with the duties of a peace officer.
The sheriff told him to file it, and it'll work all day long.
Well, court.
See, he's telling him that from experience. where he have just charged me with that offense, and I had no clue that it was even on my record until I heard this 1043.
One interview interfering with the duties of a public servant.
Explain to me why October the 21st, 2018, I was in the city of Marlin, Texas, riding down Business 6 by Pizza Hut when I was stopped by Officer Colasio. When I asked Officer Colasio what was the reason for the stop, he told me that I had a warrant for my arrest. I said, what was the warrant for? He said, it doesn't say. It just say that I have a warrant for my arrest. So Officer Colasio transported me to the Falls County Correctional Facility. I didn't find out until 3 hours later the warrant was for interfering with public duties. Remember the Chief Hamilton chest camera footage when Sheriff Ricky Skaman said,
So interfering with the duties of a peace officer, work
We're on
all
court.
day long. I mean, it's up to you. I'm not telling you to arrest him, but you got him for interference.
I was incarcerated for 3 days. On the third day, I was transported to the courtroom. I knew that I was in court behind a fake fraudulent charge. No one else knew it because I hadn't presented any of this proof yet. But I knew that the original case that I was being charged for, I don't go to trial until December the 12th. Why am I in this fake court? October the 24th. Every time I go to court, I normally have to sign my name on some paper, even though I signed it under UCC-308. If you notice on this paperwork right here, there was nowhere that I even signed anywhere because it was a fake charge being just filed on a record against me because they thought that this would never ever be able to be presented the way that I'm allowing y'all to see it now.
If you're going to read part of it, read the whole thing.
I read it. I read
the
it.
rest of it. There's more. There's more.
Sir, I'm
There's more.
explaining. And Pearlie, you don't read because you don't even know about it.
There's more.
Why was I able to even recite 38.02 failed to identify if I hadn't done my homework on
And
it?
speaking of homework, I'd done some research on how the sheriff operated against me. But I wasn't sure if he had something to do with the FBI raiding me. I filed that adverse possession in Falls County. I quoted that 38.02 penal code that went viral
Let me show you. 38.02.
in Falls County, but I don't think any of that had anything to do with the FBI raiding me. And Miss
Jody Gillum
is the district attorney of Falls County, and she hadn't personally filed anything against me. So in my heart, I didn't know for sure if she had anything to do with the FBI raiding me. Well, after the viral video, May the 1st, 2018, I was on my way to Waco, Texas, and I was stopped by Risa Police Department for speeding. This happened May the 17th, 2018. This is Risa, Texas Police Chief Danny Crumino. Well, he stopped me for speeding. And when he walked up to the vehicle, he immediately opened my door and he didn't ask me for my driver license. He immediately demanded for me to exit my vehicle.
I'm being forced to.
we're standing out here where we're going to get hit. Let's step out and step to the back.
Well, that don't have nothing to do with me. You're making me leave my vehicle right
Step
now.
out and step back.
Don't touch me, though. Don't touch me. Do not touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. I do not consent. I do not consent. This illegal stop that you're doing, you're forcing me to do business with you. I don't have any contract with you. Okay. I am not driving. I'm traveling. What am I placing on arrest for?
As for the 81, I do show a current DL and ID expiration, both July 4th, 2019. Is eligible on both.
That's not a reason to lock me up.
And just like Sheriff Skaman made up charges and locked me up, this Risa police chief has made up charges and locked me up. For what? May the 1st, 2019, viral video. Look at the hat.
I'm being locked up for speeding and not showing driver license.
He never asked me for my driver license. He never asked me for my ID. He never even asked me for my name. He immediately got mad when I said I was not driving and that I was traveling.
I am not driving. I'm traveling.
This happened May the 17th, 2018. That video went viral because I was smart enough to record the harassment for my records. Just like I was smart enough to screenshot what legal definition of driver off of Google read before they started blocking and suppressing the truth. If you go to Google right now and search definition of driver, this is what it reads. Now, go and search legal definition of driver and see what it says now. This is what it used to say. So when I said I don't have any legal contracts with you, meaning I'm not employed, I am not being compensated.
This illegal stop that you're doing, you're forcing me to do business with you. I don't have any contract with you. Okay. I am not driving, I'm traveling.
I was merely exercising my God-given right, freedom of travel. Risa, Texas locked me up in McLennan County Jail for 3 days. This incident happened May the 17th, 2018. It was on a Friday. I remember it clearly because I had to stay the whole weekend. That Friday, that Saturday, that Sunday, and I got released Monday. And I didn't hear anything from them until June 11, 2019, saying that I owe them what?
What's the price?
It's $262 even. You have until the 11th to have some type of plea on file. If you want to plead not guilty, set up a payment plan or pay in full. That's really going to be the only 3 options with these. Unless you have your driver's license on you, we can set it up for review. We can make a copy, set it up for review with the judge at the next court date, which is going to be on the 5th of February.
5th of February?
Yes, and if you provide it and she agrees, there's a possible dismissal with a dismissal fee of $20.
Okay, so the possible dismissal fee of $20
if it's dismissed. Yes.
If it's dismissed. Okay, well, like I told the officer out there, that I know the truth.
Before I quoted number 1 off of Bledsoe 10 Commandment, which was
38.02, failure to identify.
and that was posted May the 1st, 2018. Well, before I quoted number 1, I quoted number 2 off of Bledsoe 10 Commandments, which was the Texas
Transportation Code 201.904 pertaining to the speed signs is for commercial vehicles only.
I filed the proper paperwork. I submitted the correct forms as well as requested a copy of the body camera footage and the dash camera footage, proving that the speed stop is a fraudulent charge. As long as you're in your passenger vehicle, meaning you're not doing anything commercial like Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, young lightweight taxi service, where you're being compensated.
And it's not really a ticket, it's a suit. Someone is claiming I caused harm or damage, someone saying that I injured them, and they're suing me for what you say, $220 is what it is?
It's $262 is the citation amount.
Okay, but the word ticket and citation is really hiding its true meaning. The true meaning is really a suit. Anything over $20, I have a right to jury trial.
Did you hear her agree? Meaning you have more than the 3 options that they would tell you about.
If you want to plead not guilty, set up a payment plan or pay in full. That's really going to be the only 3 options.
Just like they tell you a driver is a person operating a vehicle. But by the papers that I file and submit in the courtroom, I will be able to prove that the speed stop do not apply to me. That's why you see me raising my hand like I'm in school asking for a jury trial.
And that's what I want. I want a jury. Yes, ma'am. I want a jury trial.
Give me just a second. Let me get you the form.
Yes, ma'am. And what's your name?
My name is Chelsea.
Chelsea?
Yes.
I have a question for, I was born and raised in a little town called Marlin up the highway. So I'm very familiar with this town, Risa, even when it was just the one highway coming through her. You remember?
Yeah, that was the way we grew up.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So I know about how to speed and go around here,
Well, May the 17th, 2018, I was stopped in Risa, Texas for speeding and not showing ID. 87 days later, the FBI raided my house. I don't know what I have done to have all of this happening to me because I don't do anything illegal. Could it be that I chose to educate myself? And speaking of educate myself, I'd like to start out by letting y'all know that God is really real. Yes. The book of Psalms, chapter 118, verse 105 says, "My word is the lamp unto thy feet and the light unto my path." That verse signifies that the scripture provides guidance, clarity, and a direction in life.